Howdy everyone, this is LockNutz, and you're watching episode 8 of the Smallin and Ballin series on Frühling. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, 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 how are you guys doing today? Oh my goodness, we have done it. We've passed on to another month. Happy April, got to love it. Oh, you betcha. We have been kind of keeping ourselves a little busy here this morning. We've taken care of 2 contracts, 2 fertilizing contracts, and because of our cash situation, obviously self-inflicted at this point, I get it, I know it, I'm not happy about it, but it is what it is. We actually had to go ahead and do one of the fertilizing contracts. After the one fertilizing contract was done and taken care of, at that point we had to go get more fertilizer with the cash we've earned. Couldn't fill the tank up, but we got enough to get the next contract done and completed, so that's kind of where we're sitting at this morning. Just kind of getting ourselves ready here. We have 2 contracts that we have to do yet, 2 harvesting contracts. One up here, I believe this is soybeans, I think. No, canola. Got a little canola action happening up here. And then I believe we have oats, and that's the other thing. And the canola here, we're planning on, or hoping to get about 500 liters so we can take and toss it into our biodiesel plant, get that stuff rocking and rolling. On a high note as well, our fields are ready to rock. Our fields are ready to roll. Turn that off. Our fields are ready to be harvested. And I am stoked. I'm really looking forward to it. I really am. It's one of those things, guys. It's just one of those things that it's good to have happen. It's good to finally be in a position where we're going to be able to reap what we have sown. I'm super stoked by that. Gotta love it. Got to love it. Oh man, so let's get this thing turned around and I'll kind of let you know how we did last month. We did pretty good. Not as spectacular as I was hoping, but you know, we did good. We made progress. We were able to move forward, I guess, as long as we're making progress moving forward. I guess that's all that really kind of matters here. Let's get that thing rocking in the right direction here. So last month for our contract income, we ended up with $17,738. That's really all that we had, so not a bad month. Did pretty good. Gotta love it. Did not pay anything off on our debt. We actually added just a hair to the debt because we were just a couple bucks shy of making everything work out, but that's fine. I have a feeling that this morning, potentially this morning here on the... Yeah, we'll go with this morning. We should have enough cashiers where we can at least pay that right back off and get ourselves going. Now, one thing that I decided that I wasn't too sure on, I didn't talk about this in the last episode, I'm not really sure why, but that grass field that we bought over there, it actually was, it actually requires lime, I think it was. Let me kind of get this set up here for just a second. Yeah, give me just 1 second. I'm going to come up here and then we'll take a little gander at what we actually need to do. We'll see how this all ends up working out. Honestly, I don't know. Roughly right there. Go ahead. I'll be back for that in just a second. So at our grass field over here, I talked to the farmer. It's okay if we walk through this. I'm not sure what we should go about doing with this. I decided just to let it go and let it start growing again, but as you can see, it needs lime and it needs plowing, so we're not going to get our our best yield off of this. So I think what we're going to end up doing here is after this grows up a little bit more, we'll go ahead and we'll cut this. And then at that point, I think we're going to go ahead and plow this and lime this and just kind of make it as good as we possibly can. Now, I know I had talked about this, and I still kind of have that same philosophy that if we're going to end up having to place anything down, any placeable objects on here, because the map is set up in a way where you can only buy the fields, that's it. You can't get any of this extracurricular stuff around the edges, which would be ideal for putting up buildings and placeables and stuff like that. That this is going to end up being the place where we end up putting our things. So I do realize that this could potentially end up becoming something else, being repurposed, but I think while we have the opportunity, we might as well do the best job we possibly can on it, or at least that's my thought behind it. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. Should we plow that field under and lime it and reseed it and do the whole 9 yards? Just do it upright, do it good, or just leave it. Just leave it. Comment down below. Let me know what you guys have to say about that. I am kind of curious. I know it's kind of a weird thing. Obviously, if it was something other than... I'll hire that guy. Obviously, if it was something other than a hired helper, I know most of us have that... Or not hired helper, I'm sorry. Considering it's a grass field, I know that kind of has a different I don't know, nuance, or I don't know what you want to say. It has a different feel to it, generally a different vibe, a different mindset, because it's just a meadow, it's just a grass field. Myself personally, virtually all of my gameplays that I do, if I have a grass field or something like that, normally I go ahead and I plow it under. I'll go ahead and I'll plow it under. I'll get it the best possible yield that, you know, you possibly can. I know not everybody does that. Now, I don't know how grass fields are affected by precision farming or anything like that, so I don't know if that would matter for that necessarily, that aspect of things. But I am kind of curious about that. I am kind of curious about that, see how precision affects the meadows, the grass fields, all that jazz, and then also to see how, you know, you guys go about doing it. Do you, like I said, comment down below. Do you guys go ahead, if you have a grass field, obviously smaller, maybe size depends on it. If it's a huge field, maybe it's not worth it. But do you guys like to go ahead, if you have a field, which in this case it's a field, it's just an unnumbered field that has grass in it, do you guys go ahead and plow that under? Do you get it up to its best state that it possibly can, or you just say, you know what, it's just a grass field, I'm not going to worry about it, not the end of the world, let's worry about this later? I don't know. Let me know. I really am curious, because I know myself personally, I like to get the best possible yield I can, so I just go for it and do it anyways. So I think what we're going to go ahead and do at this point here, I'm going to finish up with this field. I'm probably going to get started on the next one, and I'll probably bring you guys in when we go ahead to make our cell with this. At that point, we can take whatever leftover we have down and get it rocking and rolling for making a little biodiesel. We'll see. We'll see. I'm curious to see what we're going to end up with that. So hang tight. Let me get this all buttoned up, and we'll get rocking and rolling here in a little bit. All right, so here we go. We got that contract taken care of, or not necessarily taken care of, but we have this particular field done. We're heading on over. There's about 15 to 1,200 liters left in the harvester as of right now, so not sure. Ideally, I would love it if the contract would be completed with what we got going on right here, but if it isn't, we just come back and take care of the rest. I mean, ultimately, we're trying, we're hoping, we're wishing, we're hugging, we're wanting it to happen. We're just wanting it to happen. Oh, man. I am kind of excited here when it comes to our fields. We got this one right here. We got the other one. I'm excited to be able to go ahead and maximize everything out. Get a max yield on it, mulch it, roll it, the whole 9 yards. I'm pretty darn stoked about that. Not sure here which location we actually have to go into. Oh, here's the oil mill. Okay. So in theory, if I'm taking this to the correct location, it does say oil mill, so this should be where I have to take it. But I'm going to take 1 second here and save this before I do anything. Alright, so I've saved that now, and let's dump this and see what happens. Okay, good. I'm not getting paid. That was my main concern, that I was going to start getting paid for all of this, and then... Whoa, then I screwed something up. But yeah. Yeah, it's at 90%. I don't know, it'll be very close. 93%, shoot, so I do have to go back and grab that last little bit there. I was hoping, but like I said, ultimately what I really was hoping for is to get about 90%, or not 90%, but about 500 liters. That was my goal. We'll see what ends up happening here, but like I said, that was my ultimate goal for how much we're going to get as a leftover or bonus harvest. To go ahead and throw into the diesel making plant. I don't know. We'll see. Don't know what'll end up happening here, but we'll end up seeing. Now, what are we gonna do for everything else for right now? Now, that small field that we have down over there, I am going to go ahead, that small narrow field that's just beyond this one right here. My plan is still to go ahead and throw wheat in that field, because there are no real wheat fields on here on the map. I don't know why nothing's spawning as wheat. It is what it is, though. Wheat for our chickens. Be good food, good everything. I think it'll work out nice and slick, that aspect of it. As for our other field, though, I mean, we have some different interests now. I mean, if this biodiesel is going to be very profitable, maybe going ahead and doing that might not be a bad idea. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, get that guy go past here. Alright, there we go. We'll definitely see. We'll definitely see about that. Not sure how we're ultimately going to move forward with that other one. Like I said, ideally that's what I'd like to see happen, but time will tell. Time will tell on this. All right. Almost to this location right here. I am kind of stoked, though, about this this diesel production. Am I also kind of stoked about precision farming. Kind of stoked about that, and I'm gonna have my finger over the button here to try and stop this as soon as this is done. There we go. Okay, so we had a little bit spill over, but about 765 liters. Not about, that's exactly what we came up with, so pretty cool. Let's take this over, let's get this into our diesel production, and we'll see how this ends up going. I am, like I was saying, I am pretty stoked about the precision farming. The more and more I'm seeing about it, the more and more I'm getting excited to give it a shot. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna do it on this map. I kind of would have wanted to start off with it as opposed to jumping in halfway through or anything like that, but I don't know, we'll see. I haven't had any comments down below about oh my gosh, we're just gonna scrape the paint here, aren't we? Yeah, well, that's happening. I didn't have any comments down below as to what the general thought was. I mean, do we go ahead and do precision farming on it? There were no comments, so not sure what we're going to end up doing as of this moment. Okay, now this is going to be interesting. We'll see how this ends up going. I'm not very good at backing up these articulated trailers. Uh-oh. Actually, you know what? That might actually work out okay for me. Because then I can go like this. Let's see here. Back. Yeah, back should be where I want this at this point. There we go. Perfect. Doesn't have... Oh my gosh. Doesn't have to look pretty. Just has to get in there, and that's ultimately all I care about. Alright, so let's stop the tractor right here. Let's hop on out and take a look at this. Okay, so we have that in there. It's all been put in. It's not active at this moment, so let's go ahead and get this going. Good. We only need 500 liters to get this going, so we're probably only going to get one cycle done, but why not? I mean, it is what it is. So we got that rocking and rolling. We're already producing diesel. I gotta love it. Pig food's coming along too. As for the pig food, I'm not sure what we're going to do with that, to be honest with you. I don't know if the silo that I have is a multi-fruit silo, so I don't know if I can put that in there. And then as for selling it or anything like that, I'm not sure if there's any location we can. Possibly that... we're going to go this way. We want to back this thing up. Possibly... Ooh, that sell point that we have to put up for the diesel, I forgot about that. The one by Omatana. After that gets put up, I bet you we'll be able to sell pig food there. So, that'll probably be an option for us moving forward. Again, still, I'd like to hold on to it just in case we decide to go down that pig route at some point here. But ultimately, storing it is going to be an issue as for what we're going to do with it. That part I'm still up in the air with. I guess since we're here right now, let's do one of these quick little look-sees to see what we got. Are there any good deals of the day? Well, that's a little bit out of our realm. We don't need this for doing bales. We already have a cultivator, and we just bought ourselves another tractor, even though this guy would end up working. So, I think at this point, guys, I'm going to hop in here, get ourselves rocking and rolling, and I'll probably check in with you at some point in the very near future. Actually, let's go like this really quick and accept this contract. Or I should say collect it. All right, collected it. Perfect. So this next one here, we'll get that much off of it. And we'll kind of go from there. It's not the right one. Grain mill. Okay, so we know where that one's going to be going. All right, so I guess, like I said, we'll keep rocking and rolling, and I'll catch up with you guys after a little while. I'm pretty excited about this diesel. We'll see how it all turns out. Well, guys, here we go. Our maiden voyage, first harvest that we have on any of our own fields that we have planted, we've made, we've done everything ourselves. Super, super cool. So this will kind of be a benchmark to see where we get with a lot of stuff. For granted, this is not a small field, or I should say large field. This is not a large field. This is a small field. It is a very, very small field, so yield-wise, we're not going to get tons, to be honest with you. Actually, to be honest with you, guys, I'm already surprised in how much we're actually going to end up getting off this field. You got to figure that's one pass right there. That's about 11% on this harvester. Probably get 30, 40, probably fill this thing up halfway, which, like I said, is more than I anticipated. I would not have guessed that. We do have weeds growing in here. We still have to cultivate this, so that's not going to be the end of the world. But with that being said, we're going to want to look at getting ourselves a weeder. I'm pretty stoked about that. One thing that I am seeing here is I am almost out of fuel. I was debating, do I drive this all the way back up and then drive it all the way back here? I figured, nah, you know what? We'll wait. I'm going to end up having the next field we end up doing is going to be our own, the one that's close to town. At that point, I can go ahead and fill this thing back up, do repairs on it, get that going. One little surprise thing that I think I'm going to end up buying for myself is, well, as kind of a little treat. I think I'm going to end up going ahead and buying a power washer. I'm tired of looking at all of my stuff look absolutely filthy. I mean, you take a look at that. You look at the mod. I love the dirt. Love the dirt. They added it on there very, very well. It was done pretty darn cool, but I can't keep doing that to myself. I mean, come on. I'm trying to be as professional as I possibly can, and that's just not helping at all. Oh man, but I tell you what, it is pretty cool. It is pretty slick. I have not bought it yet, but it's definitely going to be one of those things I'm going to make a little splurge purchase on. Actually, let's get this thing rocking and rolling, kind of going in a straight line right there. Throw cruise control on. Let's see how much that costs. Ooh, I probably won't be able to do that quick. Oh, that's right. Here, let's take a look at this here. We have completed this contract. That's the harvesting contract. So we'll go ahead and collect that. And this cultivating contract popped up, so I figured I'd go ahead and grab that. Probably will have the Red International Harvester go ahead and take care of that one. Potentially. Reason why I'm saying have that one go take care of it. Just, let's face it, the biggest way it can get traction is by having those double wide wheels on there. So that does create some issues when driving from point A to point B. Other than that, the horsepower is there. It's a great vehicle for out in the field, just not so much for driving around town, making deliveries and all that jazz. So I think that's probably what will end up happening. Back and grab that little spot right there. I don't want to let that go. But I'll probably end up hiring a helper to go out there and take care of that while I'm going and doing my harvesting on my field. Reason for wanting to do that versus having them go out and do it myself is because timing wise, I could probably go ahead, spark that contract pops up, got it taken care of, and then potentially afterwards hopefully have enough time in the day where I can go ahead and even do the oh geez, what is it, planting of that field. So that's kind of what I was thinking. That was my thought process behind that. At least it seemed like a decent idea at the time. We'll find out if it really is or isn't moving forward. Now, one of the things I did end up doing is I did end up taking that my trailer, just leaving it back at the shop. Or back at the farm. I didn't really feel like bringing it all the way out here for this. Yeah, it just didn't make a ton of sense. Oh, speaking of that... Oh, shoot. Speaking of that, we ended up with... Pushing that up the hill? I think I am pushing that up the hill. Let's see if we can quick get this thing moving here. There we go. We ended up getting... for a bonus harvest off of that field, I think it was 800 liters of oats. Yeah, 800 liters of oats. So it wasn't a ton, but it's something. It's something. Sit on that for a long period of time if we want to. I mean, we have barley, we have oats. Yeah, I'm not sure what we'll all end up doing. We do have enough stuff for different animals and different things that we got to take care of. So we'll probably end up looking at that aspect, but off of this particular field with almost near perfect stats. I mean, the only thing we didn't do is mulch, which we will start taking care of that now that we got that that mower mulcher. 3,112 liters of soybeans off that field. Now, we do know that soybeans are an incredibly low yielding crop. So I'm thinking what will probably end up happening is when we plant wheat on that field, we should get about double. So I'm anticipating about 62,000 liters. I'm going to write that down here so I can kind of keep that in the back of my head, as that's my anticipated. I'm not sure how much of a difference it is, but maybe, I don't know. I am gonna, after hitting that sign, I am gonna go into town, fill up with fuel, and repair this thing. Maybe even getting some repair stuff, and I don't know. We'll end up seeing. We'll figure this out, how we want to move along here, but my guess is, yeah, about 6,200 for our wheat. Now, like I said, we'll see. I don't know how much we're going to end up getting off of that, but even if we get that, that's one harvest. That'll take care of my chickens for quite a while. Now, that obviously depends on how many new chickens we end up getting here in the near future. That's something I don't know. Oh boy, ooh, jeepers. That is something I don't know, but we will end up going ahead and finding out here. Let's go ahead and tap this thing off of fuel. Let's fill that thing back up. It's gonna cost an arm and a leg, but you know what? That's fine by me. Yeah, so all in all, I think we did pretty good. We'll go ahead, we'll get ourselves set back up here in just a second. I want to keep you around here to see what the cost is for repairing. I'm usually never 100% sure, but I can only assume that this thing is probably only going to be 50, 60 bucks. Can't be anything more than that. The harvester wasn't all that expensive to begin with. It's not even damaged that much, but I still want to go ahead and do it. Oh, 163. Well, I was off just a hair. Off just a hair on that one, and I'll go ahead and repair my header as well. Drive the tractor over here, get that stuff taken care of. Probably fill the tank up with fuel as well, and kind of go from there. I think that'll be a nice way of looking at things, a nice way of going about doing it, just get stuff fixed up. And I think what we'll end up doing is I'll probably catch back up with you guys in a little bit, probably after I go ahead and purchase my pressure washer. Harvest time, I don't know. I'm not sure timing-wise where that's all going to fit in there, but like I said, exciting times. Very exciting times. We're making progress. We're doing things. We're improving our situation. We're finally having our first harvest. Oh, man. Soybeans galore. I tell you what, soybeans galore, you gotta love it. You got to love it. Now, I tell you what, that is looking much, much nicer. You gotta say it, it's awfully, awfully cool. Love it, love it. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Looks much nicer, much cleaner. I already washed the header off, not too shabby. Let's get this thing put away. It looks like it's a brand new machine. Oof. Gosh, that makes me feel good. Makes me feel real good. Let's close that so birds don't do any damage on that thing. Oh, man. So we did go ahead and get this little bad mamma jamma. It pretty much tapped us out. And we also did get ourselves this little repairing station. We got our toolbox off to the side there. Yeah, so I figured, you know what, we could go ahead, we could make a couple extra bucks, pay off some debt, but I figure, you know, this is just going to save us a little bit of time in the long run, especially that thing. I'm tired of my stuff looking filthy, but we already did use this. We used this to go ahead and transform our mower, which was sitting right there, into a mulcher, so we just added something or whatever, I don't know. It was free to go ahead and do, so we got that sitting down by field 14 right now. We did... Whoa, all right, well, alrighty then, we'll take that. Oh, boy. Well, we did go ahead and we did get this field all taken care of. All of our oats, or I should say, all of our soybeans from both harvests are in here. But I did do a little bit of math, so we'll see what ends up happening. We did end up on this field 12 right up here that we were working on, with 4,608 liters. Now, I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of surprised that there's only about an extra 1,000 liters on that field compared to our small field 14 down over there. Kind of surprised by that. Didn't see that coming. Oh, that's right. We did accept the contract, or I should say we did finish up the contract, that cultivating contract. It was on field 10. Got a couple bucks here, and that actually helped put that repair station in. So we got that going for us. Now, currently, we don't have any more contracts. We're sitting on that right now. Looking at what we have here for soybeans, it's April. Yes, it is April. It is April right now, so July, we'll go ahead and we'll sell our soybeans. Should make a nice little profit off of that. If my math is somewhat correct, we should be making about $15,000 to $16,000 off of that, just off the soybeans right alone. So that in itself is really, really slick. Gotta love that. Just the progress in itself is super, super cool. I tell you what, we're not getting rich as of this moment. It's just not happening. We're making the best we possibly can. We're doing the best we possibly can. And that's really all that can be said. I mean, it's going to take time. It's not going to be an overnight thing. We're not going to be an overnight success. We're not going to stomp on everything and just make everything our own right off the bat. It just doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It takes time. It takes a little bit of effort, a little bit of patience, but it should all pan out pretty soon here. Now, I do have two ideas. I'm not too... Gosh, I just cleaned that thing off and I'm struggling getting this in. Probably would have worked out better if I was in first person. Now, I do got two ideas. We do have the fuel that we're making. I don't know how much we're going to get or anything like that, but I don't think there's a fuel tank around here. Maybe we might look at expanding, putting up a fuel tank, maybe taking some of that biodiesel, throwing it over here so we don't have to go back to our main place all the time. It's either that or maybe we might look at getting a trailer. I don't know. I'm not 100% sure what we're going to want to do with all of that, but it's an option. It definitely is an option. But I figure, you know, we come on down over here and see how things are going. Oh, and would you look at that? We have some oil. Hot dog. 180 liters in each one of those. Not too shabby at all. Not too shabby at all. So we'll have to look at, see what we're going to do for this. Like I said, we don't have any place to sell this right now, but from what I understand, we could put that into our vehicle just like that. It's good times. Right now, I don't have any place or anything to do with it, so we'll probably just leave it right there. I think this is actually stopped for the time being. Yeah, it's stopped for the time being. We're all set. There's nothing else we can do here with this, so that's pretty good. We got a little bit of something off of it. I'm pretty excited about it. That is cool. That is darn cool. But I think we'll get over here. We'll get rocking and rolling, do our mulching, see how that ends up working out. This should change the state of the field. Like I said, I did take and reconfigure this, so it should be set up to mulch. But we're going to see here really quick. Are we mulching? I don't know. Let's take a look at this. I can't tell if this has been mulched or not. I can't see a difference. I don't know. Let's come on here like this. And let's see. Let's get over here like this. Oh, good. It does show that it's mulched. That's good. Not gonna lie, it's a little hard to be able to tell the difference. Oh, well, not if you get down here like this. You can really see the stubble is gone. So that's super, super cool. Oop. That was my bad. And all of this is just, it's great because it goes ahead and it puts us in a position where we can get the highest yield out of these fields as we possibly can. It's going to make it so that we can go ahead and max our yields, just completely max our yields on this. This is super cool. I can't wait to see what we're going to end up doing moving forward with all of this. But until we get to that point and see what we can do with everything that we got going on here, if you guys are liking what you're seeing, liking what you're hearing, go ahead and smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that subscription. I tell you what, it does help the channel out way more than you can ever imagine. Go ahead, turn the notification bell on and have it set to all. That way you know when this and other great videos are coming out by myself. Holy cats, guys. Share this with somebody who you know who likes to mulch. You know, there's someone out there in your life that likes to mulch. Oh, gosh, guys, I'm loving it. We're making progress. We're making a lot of progress here. All the way from our first harvest down to getting a little bit of fuel. Whew. Good times are ahead. Good times are ahead. Thanks for stopping by.